Hello and welcome to one of the only tag videos I've made this year. It is almost the end of the year. As of when I'm filming, there's less than a month and a half left of the year, which is really weird to think about because I feel like it's still like March-ish. So it is the perfect time to do this tag because it is the end of the year almost. I will leave the original video and creator in the description, but I'm gonna slightly modify the questions for my own life, if that makes sense. So the first question is if I have a book that I've started that I still need to finish this year, and I'm gonna modify it to being a book or a series that I still want to finish this year. For the book part of that question, I've only started one book that I have not finished, which is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I feel like classics with me just take forever if they're long, and this is a long book. The first 100 pages that I read, roughly, took me one sitting, so it's not impossible. As for series that I've started this year and want to either continue or finish if possible, I have three. So first is Fortuna Sworn. I can't finish this because there are more books coming out that aren't available to me yet. But I do have the next two books. They are my Christmas presents, so look forward to seeing them in a haul in December. Another series that I have started that isn't completed yet, but I have the second book, is the fine print. I really want to read Terms and Conditions, hopefully this year. And the last book, I think it's a trilogy, is coming out early next year, so I'm excited. And the last series that I've started and I can complete this year is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. There's only the third book that has already come out and I have bought it. It is Kingdom of the Feared, and it's the third and last book of the series, and I want to finish it hopefully this year. The second question I'm going to change into a completely different question is if there are any reading challenges that I still have not completed this year. And the only one I have participated in is Buzzword, and I have skipped a few months. I've done a little diagram, I guess. I've missed 4 months, which is fine, honestly. It's not that big a deal to me. I only have December's left, which is probably gonna be Punk 57 because there's a number in the title. The next question is whether I have any releases that I'm anticipating before the end of the year, and there's only one, I think, which is Never Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. I'm so excited for that, but that's probably the only one. I don't think there's any other that come out in December that I have discovered and want to read. If there are any you know that I might like, please tell me, because clearly I don't have enough books I want to read. The next question is 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year. Here's the thing, right? I could say any of the books I've already mentioned, so any of the sequels that I mentioned, like Terms and Conditions, which I want to read by the end of the year, so this is one of them. Another book that I've already talked about, Little Women. I really want to finish this by the end of the year, even though it was supposed to be my buzzword for April or May or whenever it was. And we're still here. And the last one is one that I have not mentioned in this video, which is Battle Royale. And I've been wanting to read this the entire year, but I just haven't read it. And I really want to. So hopefully in December, I will read this because I really want to. Because it looks like I'm gonna love it. Which leads me on to the next question, which is whether there is any book that I think might shock me and become my favorite of the year. And although this might not really shock me and be my favorite, I feel like it's gonna be a new favorite, but this one could technically go for that. Apart from that one, maybe Punk 57, I'm not gonna go get it. Because I've seen some terrible reviews, so I don't have high expectations. But what if that turns out to be a favorite? And the last question is whether I have reading plans for 2023, which I always do. I'm a plan ahead kind of girl. I know that my Goodreads goal is again gonna be 100. It's now what I do every year. even though sometimes I might not reach that goal. It's fine. I'm going to participate in Buzzword again. I'm going to participate in Magical Readathon again. Obviously, those two are obvious for me now. And also Bookopoly. If it happens anytime, I'm going to participate. I want to start Brandon Sanderson because I have so many books and I haven't even started any of them, which is a problem. So that is a goal I have for 2023, is at least start this whole thing of books by an author I've never tried. And the last goal I have is to lower my physical TBR number. That didn't make any sense. But basically, I don't want as many physical books on my shelves that I haven't read because it gives me a little bit of stress. Even though I love having a lot of books, I just look at all the books and I see like, oh, I haven't read all of these, I haven't read all of these, I haven't read these, which is kind of stressful. So right now I have around 150 books, which is the same as the video that I made of my physical TBR. So nothing has really changed. I kind of want to lower it to 100 instead of 150. That sounds like more reasonable, I guess. Because I read around 100 books a year, it sounds more reasonable for it to be 100. Does that make sense? And lastly, one of my things that I usually do that I'm going to change moment is I usually do the 22 books to read in 2022, 21 books to read in 2021. I'm not about to do 23 books. It's not happening. I feel it in my bones. Unless I only put like romance books and like 3 fantasy books, it's not happening. From past experiences, it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna like do 10, like the top 10 books that I need to read next year, because 23 is like undoable for me. I don't know why. Just when I have like a set TBR or something, out the window. Maybe because I'm a procrastinator. Anyways, that is everything for this tag video. Yeah, I hope it was interesting to anyone watching. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next word video. Bye!